Now that the weather, it's going to be hot today, and people are going to be out there looking to cool down. Our message to people frequenting the river are be safe, be smart. We want to see people refrain from alcohol. We know it's hot and people want to have fun, but be safe on the water. Go out and have a drink after you're done floating. Have a float plan in place. Let people know where you're going to put in, where you're going to be getting out, how long you plan on being on the water, and who's going to be with you. Have proper PFDs that are going to support your weight, as well as making sure your flotation device that you're using can support your weight and any gear that you might have with you as well. The river fluctuates in depth depending on rainfall and whatnot, and if we don't get very much rain, it's a little more shallow. We get a lot more rain, then it goes up. That being said, there's various spots throughout the river where it can go from inches deep to over 10-15 feet deep, and there's lots of entanglements that can be in that deep water as well. Tree branches, there's barbed wire, weeds, lots of stuff to get hooked up on. Not everybody wants to wear shoes, but it's good to have a good set of water shoes so that if you do have to exit the river, you're not trekking through. There's lots of rocks and tree branches and weeds and whatnot, so it's good to have a set of shoes to wear when you're coming out. Your phone, if you want to bring your phone with you, put it in a Ziploc bag so that it doesn't get wrecked and you can have contact in case something does happen. There has been times in the past where there has been medical emergencies that arise out on the water, so it's good to have those cell phones so you can communicate if it's needed. Float, have fun, enjoy the water. The last thing we want to see is a water rescue emergency. You don't want to see us coming out. The one that'll stand out the most for me is the young man that drowned last year. It was last July, I believe, and they were young kids playing in the water, no PFDs. They were in shallow water, it was only waist deep, and he took a wrong step and it was over his head. And the one young man was a weak swimmer, and unfortunately he drowned. And that's exactly why we're sending these messages out there. We want people to be safe and to wear their life jackets so we don't have to go out and look for somebody.
For Lethbridge News Now, this has been Brandon Montgomery reporting.